So I presume everyone here has seen the brand new Top Gear, so I just wanted to give you a little bit of a spoiler warning, guys, just at the start, because I know a lot of people have said that in the past when I've talked about previous episodes of the Grand Tour or Top Gear, etc, etc, etc. So I want to warn you right now, if you haven't seen it, go ahead and check it out and then come back to this video. Right, so I presume you've all seen it by now. So as you've seen in the title, the topic of today's video is going to be, do I think the new Top Gear is any better now? So I'm going to give you reasons why I liked it, and I'm going to give you reasons why I didn't like it, and then at the end I'll give you my final verdict on the first episode. Now obviously feel free to let me know yours in the comment section below, guys. Do you agree with me? Do you disagree with me on some of the points? Because we're all human, we all have different choices, we all have a different mindset, so yeah, let's get right into it. So starting with the things that I did like. Now the new intro style is actually pretty interesting. They've really stepped up their game for that. By the new intro style, I'm meaning the opening graphics where you see all the cars and everything in the theme music. I quite like that. It does look pretty damn stylish. They've got a brand new studio layout as well, which I think looks way better than the one they had before in terms of the last series, because the last series one kind of looked like it was taking place in a barn. But this one looks modern, it looks fresh, it's got all the different sorts of lights and everything on it. It's got the Lamborghini Countach up on the plinth and everything, or up in the stand, and all the cars are dotted around and everything. It's a lot more better layout than the last series in my opinion. Now they fixed the problem that I had with the last series, which was the start in the rallycross car, so they've now introduced a start in a reasonably fast car, which I think's a pretty damn interesting take on the thing, because for years with Clarkson and that, we had like front wheel drive cars like the Lacetti, the Liana, the Kia C''D and stuff, but this one's quite interesting. We've got a GT86. Now you all know they have very skinny tyres, and as James McAvoy actually demonstrated, you can spin out quite a lot when you are going quite quickly. Now obviously it was raining when he went around the track, which we'll get to in a little minute in terms of James McAvoy and that, but yeah, it's quite a cool concept that they've thrown out there, man, because it's easy enough to drive a front wheel drive car around the track, right, but a rear wheel drive car, now bear in mind some of these celebrities might not have driven a rear wheel drive car before, or just like they've never really had that sort of feeling of getting sideways or anything like that, so it's a really interesting challenge. I quite like what they've done with it. Now Chris Harris's FXX-K review obviously has no faults in my opinion, because we get to see Chris what he does best, reviewing cars and just being his general nutty self, because I really do miss his videos on YouTube. It is kind of sad how he kind of bailed on YouTube to do Top Gear, but at the same time he is a human being, he wants to progress in his career, so I do feel for him. And yeah, he is generally providing very good content for us in terms of Top Gear, because I am very glad that he is one of the main hosts now alongside Rory Reid, but Matt LeBlanc we'll get to in a little second. But the shots were cool, the car looked and sounded amazing, and I'm very tempted to drive it in Forza Horizon 3 soon when I save up enough money for it. Now speaking of the hosts, Rory Reid, I think he's the best one. He's definitely the funniest in my opinion, and definitely the most entertaining, because when I watched last night's episode, it's generally entertained me the most, so yeah, I think he's the most genuine person there. So yeah, that's my favourite at the moment. I mean, I like Chris and everything like that, but Rory's kind of a bit more, what's the word, he's kind of into it more, if you know what I mean. He seems more interested in doing it, he seems like he wants to provide the best sort of entertainment for everyone, so it's really good. I like him. And the last thing that I liked is the idea of the high mileage challenge and the cars involved in it, because I know it is kind of like the sort of things that Jeremy and that did, but we've got to move on from that, because I think Top Gear's signature dress is the challenges as well. So I like how the Grand Tour took the challenges over as well, but at the same time it's kind of like crossing paths now. It's a wee bit strange how they're doing it, so it's a good point and a bad point at the exact same time, because I think Clarkson and that kind of perfected the challenges. They're the ones that started it first, so yeah. But apart from that, I really enjoyed it. It was a lot of fun to see the London Taxi and stuff like that, and the Volvo and everything doing all different sorts of things. Now, a little bit of coincidence that we're going to get to in a little second in the dislike bit, but yet again, I'm just nitpicking there. It is involving this challenge, it's something to do with the challenge and what they did, but yeah, we'll get to that in a wee second. Now, moving on to the things that I didn't like about the new series. Now, granted, it's a lot less than the last series, I must say that, but starting off with the studio guest, that was pretty awkward, the whole section, right? Because I don't know why they done it, honestly, because the three hosts can easily hold the show on their own, right? But they needed to bring in a celebrity to sit down with them. I don't know. I really don't know. James McAvoy is a great guy, right? He's funny and everything like that. I've watched these films. I do like him in movies. But the whole thing just seemed, I don't know, a wee bit forced and a wee bit unnecessary. I don't know if you guys feel the exact same way about me, but I think they should have stuck by the formula of just like interviewing the celebrity and everything. But at the same time, if they do that, people are going to compare them to old Top Gear, so I can see why they done it at the same time, but it's just no my cup of tea. But as I says, I'm one person. If you don't agree with me, that is perfectly fine. Now, although Matt was much improved over the last series, I still felt that he was a little bit wooden at times, like he was kind of, yet again, forced and blooming reading off of a script and everything like that. But he was a wee bit better than the last series, I must say, not leaps and bounds better, but in terms of believability, in terms of genuineness, it did seem a bit better in this episode. We're going to need to see what it's like going through the series. Now, the connection between the three, now, I don't know if it's quite there yet in terms of like bond and stuff. It's going to take a couple of series, I think, guys, to blooming finally get them all bonding, but with Matt LeBlanc in the talks of leaving after the next couple of series, then I don't know how that's going to go. I don't know who they're going to get to replace. Now, personally, I would love to see Alex from Car Throttle get in there, because that would be very funny indeed. So yeah, I've got my vote down for Alex, definitely. Now, this is the thing that I was talking about earlier on revolving the challenge. Now, you may remember that the Grand Tour done a quarry race in the Bentley Bentayga, the Jaguar F-Pace and the Range Rover. Now, yet again, as I said, this is nitpicking, and they obviously recorded this episode of Top Gear before that episode of the Grand Tour went out, but it's kind of funny how they had a quarry race in the first episode. So yeah, as I said, nitpicking, but I just noticed that. Now, this isn't really the main show that I'm talking about here, it is Extra Gear. Now, if you don't know what Extra Gear is, it's a little thing that you can get on BBC iPlayer. It's like half an hour long, basically taking you behind the scenes of Top Gear and everything. Chris Harris drives a car around the track and stuff, so it's pretty alright to watch, but I do not like the new presenter. He just seems a bit awkward and quite irritating. I don't like him. I don't really like him. I think they could have got a better presenter, which actually seems to like cars, because I think, I don't know why, but it's just the word forced is kind of summing up this new sort of Top Gear, if you know what I mean. Now, it is better, as I said now, but definitely in that first series it was too much on the level of force. But this guy, granted it is his first episode, so I've got to cut him some slack there, but yeah, it just seemed like the awkward type and quite the cheesy type and everything, just going, oh yes, this is Extra Gear and stuff, if you know what I mean. You're not freaking the greatest thing in the world, man. That's what he's making it out to be, but I don't know. What do you guys think on that? Right, so it's time for the final verdict and what I think about the new Top Gear. Now, I think it's much improved overall, as I says. It's just got some bits to polish out, and then it will be actually pretty good. So yeah, if Matt is leaving in the next couple of series, then to be honest, I won't be bothered, because he's not my favourite of the three. I still think, as I said, he's a bit wooden. I think he's acting, if you know what I mean. I think he thinks that he's still on the set of Friends or like in a freaking movie or something like that, because that's the sort of persona and the sort of like attitude that I'm getting from him. He doesn't take it naturally like Rory and Chris does, because you see Chris was genuinely excited when he opened that crate to see his Volvo and stuff. But yeah, it was I don't know. I'm not hating on Matt LeBlanc. I'm sure he's a nice guy and everything, but just the way he's acting in Top Gear is a wee bit weird. And if they sort out the celebrity thing as well, and maybe maybe get a new host for Extra Gear, then I think that should be it. Honestly, that was only really my freaking complaints. Was the main complaints with the studio guest and Matt and the connection. That was it. The other two, like the Extra Gear presenter and the Quarry Race, was just basically nitpicking. But that, if we compare basically all my negatives to the last series, it's like half. Seriously, not even that. So let me know your thoughts and opinions down below, guys, about the new series of Top Gear, and I'm really looking forward to see what you say with this one, because now that Chris Evans is gone, Sabine Schmitz and everything like that, although I love Sabine Schmitz to bits, it's just, it feels a lot better, it feels the way it should be, but as I said, there is still things that they need to kind of improve on and tweak a little bit. It's just like a car in Forza or something like that, like when it's not right, you just need to kind of tweak it a little bit and then it'll be great. So I'll most likely talk about the second episode in an episode of Forza Horizon 3, but for now guys, thank you very much for watching. If you have enjoyed this video, then make sure to leave a like on it, also share it around and subscribe to the channel if you are brand new. If you want to keep up to date with things outside of YouTube revolving me, then go ahead and follow me on all my social media like Facebook, Twitter, Instagram and Car Throttle down below. I'm on there basically all the time when I'm not making videos, so yep, I'll see you in my next one guys. Thanks again for watching, and bye bye.